You know what's surprising about this? The state's key witness, the one expected to help put the accused behind bars for life, couldn't even stand by his own story. And when Advocate Mishelolo takes him back to what he reported to General Leshabane, his version doesn't hold water. Not the details, not the timeline, not even the basics. And this is where it gets uncomfortable. Because this is not a small witness. This is the state's witness, the one whose version is supposed to be strong, clear, reliable, but listen carefully to how he answers. Watch this.
I just want this confirmation that for the period of 4 to 5 years, you sat with such a crucial information. I'm coming to the reasons. After 5 years, what made you then to approach General Dishaba about this information?
Because information
Now, I had information, or I was in possession of the information which I think that it was linked to this case.
Okay. Am I also correct to say for the period of 5 years, when you approached General Dishaba, you had not made any statement regarding this incident that you have testified about?
Not in all years. I hadn't made a statement as yet.
And is it also your evidence that at the time when the incident was still fresh in your mind, you did not make any statement for the period of 5 years?
Statement?
Yes, I didn't make any statement.
Okay. Now, on the date when you met with General Dishaba, you said, can you recall the date, or you just remember the year?
I met with him several times, so perhaps you can remind me which time in particular you refer to.
The first incident. When you now decided to go and report to General Dishaba.
I do not remember the date.
You can't recall. The place, do you still recall the place where you met for the first time?
Yes, I remember the place.
Where was it?
Tembisa station.
It was at the Tembisa station.
Okay. Yes. What did you say to him?
I told him about the information that I am in possession of, such and such an information, that is the one I am in possession of.
Yes.
He then said that he was going to make his investigations about that and then he will let me know.
Okay. You related the story as we have narrated it here in court about each suspect, the involvement and your presence in the hostel and going to Shibini, buying alcohol and all that information. Did you give that information to General Dishaba?
I didn't tell him that I was there.
Okay. Did you tell General Dishaba that you had witnessed people exchanging firearms in your presence?
Now, the manner in which I related that to him was what I had witnessed and not who I saw. It was for that matter that he actually said that he will make his own investigations.
I'll repeat this question. Did you tell General Lishabane that on the 26th of October 2014, you saw people, suspects, exchanging guns in your presence?
Amtshela uGeneral Shabane ukuthi nge-26 October 2014 wabona abasola beshintsana ngeipha. Wamtshela lokho. I did not tell him.
Okay. And the reason why you did not tell him, it's because it never happened.
Isizathu esenza ukuthi ungamtsheli okanye esenza ukuthi wena umtshelanga yingoba lokho azange kwenzeke.
I put it to you again that if it is true that you, Constable Zungu, had witnessed people exchanging guns on the 26th of October in your presence, you would have informed General Lishabane about that information. That one on its own. You failed to do so, to give that information, because you had not seen any person. There was no person who ever exchanged firearms.
ngababona bephethe izibhamu
I saw them in possession of the firearms.
angimtshelanga ugeneral ngoba kwakumele ukuthi azenzele lwakho uphenyo
I didn't tell the general because he was supposed to have done his own investigations.
wathi uma esezenzelile futhi uphenyo wakuthola lokho ukuthi nami ngangikhona
After he had conducted his own investigations, he also found out that I was also there.
yilapho kunesiqinisekiso sokuthi ukuze azokwazi ukuthi unolwazi lalento kwakumele afike akumention ukuthi nami ngangikhona yile ngangazi ngayo ukuthi indlela yokuthi athole iqiniso.
Now, that is how I found out that this was the way to confirm that I also was there. He had to do his own investigations and eventually find out that I also was.
Okay. Did you tell General Shaban that on the 26th of October, you saw a suspect who came in to the room, remember, shocked, and after changing the tracksuit, and to the extent that you saw him wearing a black hoodie jacket? I think that was your evidence.
angenasidingo sokuthi ngimtshele ngoba kwakumele azenzele yakhe investigation athole ukuthi kwenzakaleni angakutholi kimi lokho yena engazenzelanga investigation.
There was no need for me to tell him. He was supposed, he had to make his own investigations and do or come out to his own findings about the investigations that he's making. That he should not necessarily have relied on what I would have told him.
Thank you for that information. But what I want to find out from you, did you tell General Shaban that you saw a person exchanging jackets?
Uye wamtshela khona lokho uGeneral Shabane.
My question is, did you tell him? I'm not asking the reason why you did not. Did you tell General Shaban or not?
Angimtshelanga.
I did not tell him.
Thank you. And that information was such a crucial information that needed to be reported to the police so that a further investigation would have been done on that aspect of information you had, if it was genuine.
Kwangesiyona information engathi iyona ivimbe ukuthi kutholakala abasolwa. Ayiningi indlela njengephoyisa engayenza ukuthola abasolwa.
That was not the only information that one would say that that was the only way that one could be able to apprehend the suspect.
And wayengeke kwazi ukuthola
There were other ways or means that could have been engaged to then be able to trace and apprehend the accused persons or rather the suspects.
wayengeke akwazi ukuthola abasolwa ngejacket engiyobe ngimtshele ngayo ehostela uphela engeke kwazi ukuprove ukuthi kuphi leyo jacket.
Now, he would not have found the suspects based on the jacket that I related to him about, which was in the hostel, without any correlating information or evidence.
Okay.
Ulolwazi
No, it's
alutholile.
fine. Don't talk much.
Ungakhulumi kakhulu.
Did you tell General Shaman, did you give a description of each suspect to General Lishabane when you first met with him? Identity? Did you give any information about the suspect that you know the suspect number one?
Ulwazi nje oluthize olumayelana ke nomsolo wokuqala wafana ngayo leyo description.
Yebo ngamnikeza amagama abasolwa.
I gave him the names of the suspects.
Okay. You only gave him the names.
Wamnikeza nje amagama.
Iyo ayingwazi
Those were the
names.
Those were-
Angenayithombe zabo.
Those were the names that I knew. I did not have their photographs.
Don't confuse me. You only gave him the names. Is that
Wamnikeza amagama kuphela.
Yebo.
That's correct.
okay? No description of those
Description.
suspects. Nothing. Only the names.
Yebo.
Umfanekiso amagama kuphela ilokho umnikeze khona.
Yebo.
That is correct, yes.
Okay. From that conversation, is there any statement that was taken down from you?
Akuna statement esathathwayo.
There is no statement that was taken.
Okay. And General Lishabane told you that he was going to do his own, he was going to conduct his own investigation. Am I correct?
Yebo.
That is correct.
Yes. Do you know if there was any investigation done from the information you submitted to General Lishabane?
Ngeke uqinisekise ukuthi wakwazi ukulenza ngaleso sikhathi kodwa ngesikhathi ngidibana naye wangitshela ukuthi unolwazi oluthize alitholile.
At the time that I provided him with the information, I would not be sure as to whether he made his investigations about that. But at the time that I uthini mase usohlala naye kwesibili?
mase ngihlangana naye wangitshela ukuthi kunolwazi alitholile.
Now, when I again met with him, he said that there is information that he managed to get.
Okay. But from 2019, when you first met with General Lushabane, there is no person who was arrested as a result of the information that you gave to General Lushabane.
Eboshelwa icala lona leli angikhumbula ngazi futhi.
Getting arrested for what? For this same matter? No, I don't know.
If you can just teach yourself not to ask questions, but just to answer. According to your information that you had given to General Lushabane, there is no person who was arrested as a result of the information that you gave to General Lushabane.
Akekho ngazi ukuthi aboshwa mayelana nakho.
There isn't a person, in accordance with my knowledge, that was arrested.
Okay.
You know what's difficult to understand here, and I'm sure you're asking the same thing. How does the state's key witness, the very person expected to help put people behind bars for life, collapse like this under simple questioning? Because this wasn't complicated. Mishalolo didn't bring tricks. She didn't twist anything. She went straight to one thing. What did you report into General Lushabane? Simple. But look at what happens. Guns? No. Clothing? No. Description? No. Statement? No. So now let's stop right there. What exactly was reported? Because what we're hearing is not just gaps. It's emptiness. You claim you saw firearms, suspects, movements linked to a serious crime. And when the time comes to report, you leave all of that out. And then the explanation comes. I wanted him to do his own investigations. So let's think about that. You help an investigation by withholding information. You assist your commander by removing the most critical details. No, that doesn't help an investigation. That cripples it. And now everything starts to look different. 5 years later, no detailed report, no description, no written statement, no follow-up. And this is the witness the state rely on? At some point, we have to stop being polite about it. If this version is not true, then this is not confusion. This is fabrication. And fabrication in a case like this is not harmless. It destroys credibility. It misleads the court. It puts innocent people at risk. And it pushes justice further away. And let's not soften this. If it is proven that false evidence was given under oath, that is perjury, a serious criminal offense, and it must be treated that way. No protection, no special treatment, accountability. Because right now, this doesn't look like a witness guiding the court. It looks like a version that changes when tested. And the painful part is this. At the center of all of this is a family still waiting. Waiting for truth. Waiting for answers. Waiting for justice. Justice for Senzo Mewa. The truth doesn't hide. It waits to be exposed. So now I want to hear from you. What do you make of this? Does this build confidence or raise more questions? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's have that conversation. If you believe the truth must be tested, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and share it so more people can see what's really happening. To my subscribers and channel members, thank you for your continued support. Thank you for standing for truth and accountability. And as we are in this Easter period, to all my Christian viewers, I wish you a blessed and peaceful Easter Sunday. And to everyone else observing this season in your own way, may it bring you reflection, renewal, and strength. As we reflect, let's also remember, the truth matters, justice matters, and we will keep asking the difficult questions. I will keep on exposing the lies surrounding the Mewa case. Stay sharp, stay focused. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Skybridge. Goodbye.